Hello everyone, again we are talking about why you should not buy a console anymore. At least it were like the 3DS or the PSP, where at least you could have your games without the need to require a full internet connection, even or the forcible requirement to update the fucking firmware or whatever fucking shitty update they bring to quote unquote make improvements on the current OS they host. Well, apparently with this one, oh boy, if this one is true, at least this one could be considered a rumor, but I could believe it, considering how even look at the how the Xbox One was built. One always requirement internet connections to even check that you were playing your physical disc, even though you already downloaded the patches, you had the DLCs, and the most important part, it was a fucking physical game. So, reading this, Wario64, another person sharing with me that they have a Nintendo Switch 2 as well. I have no permissions to post pics, but can share that when they try to boot a Switch 1 game, a message prompts, please connect to the internet and update your systems. So it needs update to boot again. So it's like fucking Xbox because yeah, also one of the you could say a selling point with the even for the current Xbox series with the backwards compatibility, yeah, you can play one of with a good catalog around that time. It's selected, not all of it, which is the bad thing actually. But you know how you can play that shit? By you be fully connected to online because before you try out to check that you are playing a licensed game, even though you have or activated your licensing, it's bullshit, you know. It's kinda bullshit. Well, it's not kinda. Technically it is. Even you can say the argument, oh, Steam does the same. I have news for you. When I use Steam, I got surprised that they implemented an offline mode, at least if it requires me for a certain couple of days to check if I have the license for said game. Or in fact, it is GOG. Even for all the shitty decisions CDPR has been putting out with, it looks like they don't want to actually screw up GOG, and they're continuing on their way to still have offline games and not DRM bullshit. At least for the most part. So, backwards compatibility. Switch to copy the worst of the worst from both consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. All the shit that at this point why people are still putting up with it, where you can have even less of this nonsense on PC or even mobile at this point. So yeah, this is the future that they want to bring with current AAA gaming. Yeah, let it rot, man. People let it rot. Even this also sets a precedent because imagine that now with that current implementation systems, oh, I bet they have more ways to remove the license you acquired with your main accounts on said platforms from these console manufacturers. So imagine that even if you have the game on physical, like for example, I have even Capcom versus SNK. I have the first Forza Motorsport. I have Halo 2, the original one. So I have what else? I have the original Ninja Gaiden. Well, that one is backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360, but not for the Xbox One. And the other ones I mentioned, no, I cannot play it on the Xbox Ones, but they are physical because they say, oh, they don't want to bring full backwards compatibility because it is selective, protecting my branding and all that fucking disgusting arguments that they bring. Well, if you can call it an argument in the fucking first place. You, we have even people that really enjoys physical games. Even I know I bet there are people that still attach to their physical games from the era, PS1 era, even PS3 era, and they wanted to try it on the PS4, and they told you to go fuck yourself. So even at that, PC already has emulation. They already ported the ROMs. Or even if you find the correct hardware to do it yourself, by all means, just go for it. Because even I know the hardware is eventually going to rot. It happened to me with my Xbox 360. I have to send it to the repair shop near my hometown. They did a rebanding. Of course, it was not cheap for my standards, but still, I had it played once again. But it could break from other part that it could be unfixable. This hardware is going to be eventually unfixable, and no real preservation is being put from these console manufacturers because the only thing they care of is to sell you the new stuff. Now that is already encheapified compared to the old past, or is over expensive with less content than it used to be. Look at Doom Eternal, for example. So seeing this is like, yeah, all the bad precedents that people have been warned that it could happen, and it's happening, and we are seeing it. So yeah, they destroyed every single chance to have a physical edition in the traditional way that it was provided by from these console manufacturers, from these companies. If you want a physical edition nowadays, you have to download a game without DRM from your PC, put it on a USB, and check if it runs there. I know there are some games that actually can run like that since they are well optimized, or you have better hardware to run it out from the USB. But hey, that's the way that they want us to play physical games now. Well, I don't mind at that point. Well, seriously, we are at this point on what is the end of the road for traditional physical ownership. They wanted this to happen, and we are seeing it. Even if you have your cartridge for the Nintendo Switch 1, how is that even those games are actually going to be playable? They uncovered that Nintendo Switch 2 runs the backwards compatibility through emulation. So within emulation, what chances are going to be that, oh, well, since that is emulated, it also do the same shit as Xbox, and it's for you to be always online to play those games. And you start to see the real problem it's carrying on. Even if you have your physical media, even if you have the fucking slot, put it out there to insert it, and when you try to play it, now it tells you please connect to the internet and update your system. Yeah, modern gaming is trash. So anyway, that's all my rant here. Thanks for watching and please take care.